Tucker Carlson had Jesse Kelly on. He's a conservative commentator apparently, and they decided that maybe fascism is the way to go. We're going to show you the exact clips here, and we'll break it down for you. But let's go one by one. First, they talked about this.
It's just item number 1,000 in proving to people that there are two different sets of rules in this country. There are rules for powerful Democrats, and there are rules for people like you and I. This is what they do, and people are sick of it. It's making people feel hopeless. It feels like there is no justice out there. It feels as useless as going to a feminist rally and trying to find a woman who can cook.
Yeah, they're amazing. Look, we didn't even get to the fascism part yet, but a woman who can cook, we're still having that conversation. Like they still think like, oh, you know what? These feminists, they're not all day in the kitchen. Ridiculous. We like to subjugate our women. Yes. And the whole Fox News audience, including the women, are like, yes, subjugate us. We love it. Okay, all right. Have at it, Hoss. And they're talking about Hunter Biden's gun. Whatever. Okay, so look. A sight unseen, I don't care about his story at all. Do I believe that someone who is part of a powerful family might have gotten to, cheat on some permit or something? Yeah, of course I believe that, without even seeing the story. Okay, I just found it so trivial and unimportant that I don't care. By the way, we're talking about taking away guns. Yeah, sight unseen, I'll take away his gun. Deal. You got a deal. You want to take away more guns, Fox News? We can make that happen, right? But apparently, guys, before I even get to the fascism, just let you guys weigh in here for a second. Apparently, the poor white male right wingers in America are the put upon folks, and they've got no power left, and they're so frustrated.
I'm just blown away by the idea that Tucker Carlson doesn't enjoy the same privileges as elite Democrats. What are you talking about? You're on the most popular nightly cable news show in America. You're a millionaire, buddy. Like there's nothing that prominent Dems have access to that you don't. I don't know what that homie was saying when he said people like you and us just get left in the cold. Tucker Carlson is not cold. His family's rich. And now he himself has enriched himself. So like, I don't even get where that even comes from. And just the idea that Tucker Carlson is speaking directly to the minds and hearts of like coal miners in West Virginia, like that kills me. I'll never get over that thought. That's insane to me.
But it's the same as Trump, right? So Tucker Carlson is the heir to the Swanson fortune. He's made tens of millions of dollars on television, and until he realized that everybody hated him for it, he used to wear a bow tie. That was his trademark thing. Yeah, how many coal miners were sitting there wearing bow ties? I mean, come on, man, come on. But Adrienne, Trump's the same thing. I have gold-plated toilets on my bathroom. I'm just like you and me.
Yes, this false sense of relatability, despite the fact that I am wealthy. I like to cheat the system. I would never be caught anywhere with you. It's just very strange how kind of the everyday citizen or viewer doesn't fully appreciate the fact that no, that individual is just feeding you propaganda and lies to continue to get your viewership, but they are not among you. They are not like you, nor would they in any way fraternize with you. And it's just so weird to me that people think, oh, he's just one of us. This is completely normalized.
And by the way, Cenk, Nancy Pelosi kneeling in kente cloth is two sides of the same coin. Right?
Jesus, like, can we leave that in what? Like that was like 2020, 2019. I don't know, but that was, oh Jesus, everything hurts about that.
Yeah. No, I know. Look, the pandering is, I can't stand it. Like we talked about in the first hour, Ted Cruz's mullet. Dude, who are you kidding? Come on, man. You went to Harvard. Don't give me this nonsense about mullets, right? So, all right. So, but we got to go on to the fascism because that's the anti-women stuff and the false complaining about victimology. That was the appetizers, tapas, if you will, which Tucker Carlson will claim are American. What are you talking about? Of course, tacos and tapas are American. But now let's move on to the fascist part.
It feels as useless as going to a feminist rally and trying to find a woman who can cook.
I think you make a really solid point about the sadness and the powerlessness that people feel in the face of this. And at some point, people are going to say, why should I follow the rules? Why should I be a good citizen if they don't have to follow the rules? I mean, things kind of break down at some point, don't they?
Well, they will break down. They are breaking down, Tucker. I've said this before, and I'm telling you, I'm worried that I'm right. The right is going to pick a fascist within 10 to 20 years because they're not going to be the only ones on the outs. There's 60, 70 million of us. We're not a tiny minority. And if we're going to be all treated like criminals and all subject to every single law while Antifa, Black Lives Matter guys go free and Hunter Biden goes free, then the right's going to take drastic measures. And it's not about Hunter Biden and his drug use. Nobody cares that guy was bumping booger sugar lines off European hookers on the weekend. It's about justice that he's never held accountable for, and none of the Bidens are, but you would be, Tucker, and so would I.
That's so well put, and you're absolutely right. We're moving toward actual extremism because they're undermining the system that kept extremism at bay, and I don't think we can say that enough. I'm so glad that you just said it. Jesse Kelly, thank you.
Well, you bet, Tucker.
Please come back.
I like that, Andy. Please come back. So he said that was so well put. But guys, if you're saying that the Republican Party is going to get taken over by fascists and you're Republicans, you have to add that would be a bad thing, right? But they didn't. They were just like, yeah, totally. You saw Tucker, he said in the middle, he said, yeah, oh, you're so right. We're gonna get taken over by fascists, and you look, guys. You can judge the tape for yourself. You just watched it, but my analysis of it was they were saying they forced our hand. There was nothing we could do. We had to go fascist, right? Because black people, nobody arrests them. They keep arresting us. Poor white right wingers. I mean, we murdered cops during the Capitol riot. We didn't get arrested initially, eventually, but they wound up arresting us for murdering a cop. Oh, poor us! Kyle Rittenhouse goes in and murders a couple of people in the middle of a protest, and we got arrested for murder. What's going on here? We can't even get away with murder anymore as white right wingers. We used to do that all the time. It was called lynching. It was the good old days. Now, I mean, they didn't arrest every black person. Also, they did. They've arrested black people for mowing a lawn, for having a barbecue. They just arrested a state legislator in Georgia just now for knocking on a door, okay? And so, but in their perverse alternate reality, well, since we don't have every break in the world anymore and we can't oppress everyone else, we're gonna have to go fascist. I mean, Adrienne, they just literally said it.
Absolutely. It's this ideology that when you have equality and you're used to this privilege and superiority, so to speak, it feels like oppression. And that seems to be what they're conveying for the fact that they can't necessarily get away with everything now. And that bothers them considerably. The thought that they're, oh my goodness, you mean they're actually going to have to face and suffer consequences? Yet it's like we're very far from that actually being the case, as we saw on January 6th when they were rushing the Capitol and they got to go home and be home in time for dinner. Like they're not on par with how black and brown people are treated with the justice system. Yet they create this fixation in their mind, the thought that they are oppressed when no, as Tucker Carlson sits there with, his nice suit and thinking, hey, I can't go out and rape and murder and do all these things anymore, and this is problematic.
Yeah, and the saddest part of all of this is that Tucker Carlson and his ilk get to wear this sort of veneer or costume of oppression whenever they feel like it, even though they are literally amongst the most privileged people on planet Earth. Meanwhile, there actually are poor, white, desolate people in America who have absolutely been left behind by capitalism, who absolutely need their help. But they're being condescended to, all so that Mitch McConnell and his cronies can shovel all of America's wealth up to the top to the people who already have it. That's the saddest part of all of this, man.
Yeah, and look, last thing on this is that Woz is so right. So there is a two-tier justice system. The elites, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, do get away with stuff. The powerful, the rich get away with stuff all the time. And whether you're white or black, if you're poor, you're screwed. Everybody knows that. But I can't have Tucker Carlson here, heir to the Swanson fortune, pretending he's the aggrieved one. It's outrageous and ridiculous and silly. And if you're poor or middle-class white, you already know that. But their cheerleading for fascism was the amazing part of that clip. And they're like, golly gee, I guess we're gonna have to go fascist soon. Gee, I wonder who that might be with. It might literally be with Tucker Carlson. There's rumors that he's gonna run for president, and there he is going, oh, you're so right, man. We might have to go fascist. We just might have to do it. The Democrats made us do it. There's nothing we could do. Or you could choose not to be fascist. That's just a crazy idea. Just think about it. Have it stewed over in your mind. I mean, can you imagine the fascists did the Holocaust? They're like, well, we might have to go in that direction. Well, what can we do? Democrats, don't give us privileges anymore. So we might have to start murdering everybody. Okay, thank you for your honesty. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.